What you're about to see is some really wise words from my closer, Nadir, who made over 11,280 euros in his first month as a closer. And you might think, oh, really? First month as a closer? I want to know how he did that. I want to know what the mindset is of a guy that thinks that way. So, I am going to give you exclusive access. Right now, you're going to be able to see his speech within one of our group mentorship calls that we have multiple times every single week live with our students. Here is Nadir. The way you get yourself in this good energy is by having a big why. In this case, it is your family, your kids. They are the reason why you're able to dig deep into your brain. And even if you don't feel like it, you can switch that button. And if you need to make a video on your social media, you're like, wait, fuck it, I'm just gonna make the video because the why is very big. You have your kids. So our brains are very smart. They're very smart at making us be very lazy. So you need to have the reasons in order to dig deep. So when you are in those places where you need to get that energy, your brain is gonna be like, yeah, but why you need it, blah, blah, blah. And then you need to have the answers. David Goggins talks about that all the time.
Like I also like I have two kids, and
Okay.
like I do everything for them, and I even had them in my dark days, and when we had like dark periods and like, like I cannot feel myself, but especially not them, I do this all for them, I wake up, I have them in my mind, I have them in my dreams, I have them like at, all the time, and that's what really motivates me to have this discipline of doing the things that I don't want to do every day, but I still do it every day, and like that's what's giving me the power and giving me the positivity, to have this good energy, because I have to have good energy, I know it's something that's like comes naturally, but there's also a way of like creating good energy, and because of that I can create the good energy for myself. I can like put all these things together, like what's going right, and not focus on like what's going wrong, and like focusing on the things that are going like right, like my kids are healthy, I'm healthy, I have a roof above my head, they're drinking water, they have food, and they have clothes, and like besides that, like all the extras are just like luxury,
I know a lot of you guys, like, a lot of you guys are young and you're like, maybe some of you living with your parents and you're like, oh, you know what, I'm safe, I'm living with my parents, there isn't that much pressure on you. Or you have your job and you're like comfortable, you're not very rich, but you can, survive the month. And you're just living this mundane life and you're not doing much. And if you are listening to this and you're that type of guy, you need to really dig deep and think for yourself, okay, why do I need to do this? You need to create some urgency for yourself in order to take action. Otherwise, it's not gonna happen for you. Definitely, guys, take that into consideration. If you're that type of guy, dig deep and ask yourself these questions. And give us a little bit of, tips of how you did this actually. Because it's the first time you did a 10K deal. How did it
yeah
go? How did you go about it? At what point in the call did you realize, I'm just going to drop this 10K offer? Because you have multiple offers that you can give. At what point
yeah
during the call did you think, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to go for this?
well, actually, like a few days ago I had a call with my brother, and he was with Hamid, Hamid, right? And Hamid said something in the call that really stuck with me, I was like, oh damn, that's like a really powerful thing to use,
Mm,
and he mentioned like making your offer exclusive, like it's not for everybody.
okay.
And I knew that option, that you can use, but I was not really aware of it until he mentioned it. And like since the last few days, like sales been going crazy, because of this thing that he said. And I'm just giving people like really the feeling that they are special, being in this call, and that I have something special for them, and only special people can join,
Cool. Yes.
and not just everybody, you need to be qualified. And so, and I even give them like not really a pressure, but like some kind of pressure, of like they have to make a decision because the spots are limited and we cannot accept everybody. And this is like an opportunity in front of you that you have to take at this moment. And there's no time to think about or to discuss with whoever, like I give them this this moment of, okay, I have to do it now, or it's like never, I have to wait until the position open up, and it can be months. And like I explained to them, like if you wait that long, like you're just gonna continue the way that you're living, you're just gonna continue your job, you're gonna forget about it. And like at this moment, you're hot, you're already in the call, you already took this step, and like yeah,
Yeah.
so like that's the main thing that's really helping me right now. And also like, I joined these calls not with the vibe of, yo, this is a sales call and I'm here to close you. I'm like from beginning to end, like just having conversation, laughing with them, and not like the first 10 minutes or 15 minutes not talking about the offer at all, or about the business, or about, like, I'm just finding out about them, like what they
Yeah.
like, what they do, if I have something in common with them. And like at the end, they just mentioned themselves. So, okay, so I want to do this. And like, like I feel this click and you're really positive and this call has a good energy. And so I really take away the pressure now with calls, like focusing on, I need to close this person. I'm just there, to have just a conversation, just to talk. And I will see where it goes, but like that, with that mindset, I don't know, it comes naturally, like it's not forced. It's not like, yo, okay, come on, buy it and let's onboard you and stuff like that. It's like, I don't know, it's a good flow, to have a conversation like that where it's all like about that person and questions and listening. And yeah, so yeah, that's what helped me, like in a short time, like those things, like last week when my sales were really different and my calls were really different than this week, so, and I'm gonna continue like I did this week and only get better, and with these calls and with these tips and everything that I hear from people and hear from you and hear from this community, and it's only gonna get better. I know it, so yeah, I'm really grateful, man, for everything at this moment. I sound really happy and like, but I really am,
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
Yeah. I
it's,
could
this
could
is
not imagine this position, that's the thing.
thank you, first of all, so much for sharing this. I'm very proud of you, bro. And you've been showing up a lot to these calls. You're always the
Yeah.
first one in the waiting room. And you guys can see what results come out of this. This guy is so dedicated. He's really taking it seriously. And he does that with everything in his life. His social media is on another level. He decided to transform his body. Many times he's done it. And when he decides, okay, you know what, I'm going to transform my body, his body becomes next level. And now he just got started with sales and he's taking it to the next level. All right. I know you made it to the end, so that is amazing. Good job. And here's the thing, I want to reward you for it. Normally, I don't do this because it's very exclusive, like you were seeing. However, if you like that clip and you want full access to the entire 1.5 hour training video that clip was part of, to be able to achieve the same results like Nadir has. Obviously, it's going to take more than a day or two, but if you follow that training, it's going to help you a lot. That's the promise I'm going to give you. Message me on Instagram with the word Nadir, and I'll be able to send it to you. See you there.